Hey guys, Subscribes content, back with another video. This is gonna be a story video. So, probably about a month ago, I had my own fidget spinner, but they weren't really that popular yet, So, I just got it. I was like, oh my gosh, it goes so fast, goes for so long. I was like freaking out. And then I was in the wood shop for a class in school, and so I saw there's like air hoses. Like, you know what we did with the leaf blower? Okay, so imagine that, but like 10 times more powerful, and it's like all in like a little hose, like it comes out of like it's like an air compressor. If you go watch Funk Bros video, they have a bunch of stuff on that. Anyways, I was like, this is such a great idea. Why don't I like put up the fidget spinner, put it next to the air hose, and then make it go super fast. Okay, so I did it the first time. I let it spin for like 5 minutes, and then it was still going. Like, I got to my next class and it was still going, because it was like 5 minutes to the bell when I spun it, and then it was still going for like 10 minutes, and it was just going forever and forever, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I think next time I have that class I'm gonna hold it longer. So as you might be able to tell, this is kind of where it turned for a bad turn. So the next day, I was like, instead of holding it for just 5 seconds, I'm gonna hold it for 10. So I was like, I held it and it went getting faster and faster and faster. It went got really high pitched, went and then just popped. It was just an explosion. It was like when you break a tree branch, it kind of snaps. It was kind of like that, except a lot louder and more powerful. So what happened was all the bearings flew out. Since the shell for the fidget spinner was 3D printed, it was not very strong. It was made with cheap material, so it blew up and pieces went everywhere. And okay, so it blew up, pieces went everywhere. I got all those scars. I was really hoping that nobody got hit besides me. So I was like really nervous. I was shaking, and then I turn around and this kid's holding his forehead and he's like swaying back and forth, and then his hands are like dripping blood. Blood is going all over the floor, and I'm like, oh shoot, what did I do? And this was like probably 2 minutes before the bell rang. So it was kind of like everybody was moving around, everybody was getting packed up. The teacher was not in the area, so he was not there when it happened. He was kind of in the back cleaning some wood up, because this was in the wood shop where they have like the air compressors to blow machines off, blow the dust off the machines. And he was like holding his head. He wasn't crying or anything, he was just like holding his head, and he lifted his hand up and blood just started flowing all over his face. It covered his entire, like, I can't remember which side it was on. I think it was on this side of his head. Just covered his entire left side of his face. Just completely filled with blood. It was all over the floor, all over his clothes. I ran over to see how he was doing. It was not good. And he wasn't mad or anything, which I was very surprised about. I'm very happy, because he's like 6'2". Yeah, so it hit him like about right there. So then the bell rang and the teacher took care of him. He kind of like went to the nurse, got some bandages. He had to actually go to the emergency room because he had to get stitches. If you see this, it's kind of like round like this, but imagine this but metal hitting you in the head, like right there at like 500 miles per hour. And it probably cut like 3 or 4 millimeters in to his skin. He went to the hospital, got stitches, and I went to my next class after everything died down. And then I was in my class, and my woods teacher comes to my class, pulls me out. He's, he called my mom, and, everything was kind of going on. And then he was talking to me about how I can't use the air blowers all year anymore, how he found a couple of the bearings and that stuff. Then he left. I went back to class. A little bit later, a couple hours before school was over, I got called down to it was like the vice principal, one of those people, and they were telling me all this stuff, like what happened. They were mad at me because they know me. I wouldn't purposely trying to hurt somebody. They were just like, yeah, since somebody got hurt and skin was broken, you'll just have a 1-day ISS. And I was like, what? And I had, like, never done anything to even go to the principal's office before. Like, I was, like, straight from, like, a perfect kid to, like, straight to, like, a suspension. So what an ISS, it's an in-school suspension. So this was a couple months ago, but I didn't want to, like, make a video about it right away. It was probably, like, a month ago. And the next day when I had the ISS, I just sat in a room all day and did homework and finished, like, all my work at 12, so I don't know. It was just, if you get an ISS, it's not that bad. You just, like, sit in the room all day with somebody, like, watching you, and then you just do your homework. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and Play-Doh flip first try.
Oh!
Okay.
See you guys.
See you guys.